You know that feeling, right? You find exactly what you want online, one click, and poof, it just appears at your door. It feels like magic. But what's really going on behind that convenience? Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the hidden costs of our one-click world based on some really eye-opening research.
Fast, free, flawless. I mean, these are the words we live by now when we shop online. We don't just want same-day delivery, we expect it. We assume shipping won't cost a dime, and we want the whole process to be absolutely perfect, from the warehouse all the way to our doorstep. It's the promise of a system that's built just for us.
But is it really? The research we're digging into today shows this massive gap between what we see on our screens and what's actually happening behind the scenes. So is that perfect experience real, or is it just a very, very carefully constructed illusion?
Okay, let's start with what the researchers call the illusion of satisfaction. The entire e-commerce system, from top to bottom, is designed to make us feel like we're in total control and completely happy with every purchase. But that feeling, well, it might not be based in reality. This idea of perfection is built on a few key promises, right? You've got same-day arrival, zero shipping costs, of course, instant refunds if anything goes wrong, and those constant tracking updates that let us follow our package every step of the way. Altogether, they create this picture of incredible, almost effortless efficiency.
But here is the absolute key takeaway from the research. That polished surface is hiding a system that's actually pretty fragile, and in many cases, totally broken. The satisfaction we feel isn't about a genuinely great human experience. Nope. It's about algorithmic optimization that's designed to look good, even when the reality is a complete mess.
And that brings us to this big paradox. Think about it. If we, the customers, are getting our stuff delivered at lightning speed for free, who's actually paying for all of it? Because you can bet that running a massive nationwide logistics operation is definitely not free.
So where does the money come from? Well, the cost is basically subsidized in ways we never see. The sellers on these platforms have to pay higher commissions, the delivery workers, the gig workers, are often underpaid, and sellers even get hit with penalties when we return items. Our free delivery is being paid for by someone else, further down the supply chain.
But it's not just about these hidden costs. The research uncovers something even more troubling: a system of data manipulation that's built around a practice called the false punch.
So what in the world is false punching? Okay, imagine you're a delivery agent and you have an absolutely impossible number of packages to deliver in one day. To avoid getting penalized by the system for not hitting those crazy targets, you might intentionally scan a false reason for a delay. That's a false punch.
And listen, this is not just a rare thing that happens every now and then. The research found that up to 38% of all delayed orders are marked with these false reasons. That is a staggering number. It tells you this is a systemic problem, not just a few people bending the rules.
I'm pretty sure we've all seen these tracking updates before. Customer not available, even when you were sitting by the door all day. Or address incomplete, for the same address you've had dozens of packages delivered to. According to the white paper, these are the go-to false scans used to game an overloaded system.
So this whole system of intense pressure and false data, it has a very real, very human cost. And this is where the research points to this growing divide between the technology that runs everything and the empathy that's needed to actually serve people.
What the research really highlights is that these delivery workers are seen less and less as people and more as algorithmic labor. They just become cogs in a giant machine, measured only by whether they can meet impossible targets. They're overworked, they're underpaid, and they're penalized for delays that are often completely out of their control.
And this comparison just illustrates the empathy gap perfectly. You see, to the algorithm, a cheap phone cover and an expensive laptop are just data points. They're just items to be moved from point A to point B as efficiently as possible. But in the real world, that laptop could be a student's most critical tool for their education. That other package could be a thoughtful gift from a parent. The system has zero way of understanding this human context.
But it's not all doom and gloom. The research doesn't just point out all the problems. It actually proposes a solution. It lays out a path forward, and it's called the Human-Centric Logistics Framework.
So let's break down this roadmap. First up, empathy training, to remind everyone involved that there's a human story behind every single package. Then, using transparent tech, like blockchain, for verified scans. That would totally eliminate the need for false punches. And get this, Imagine being able to tag your package with emotional urgency to make sure a critical document or a birthday gift actually gets the priority it deserves. All of this has to be supported by fair policies for workers and performance metrics that measure real customer satisfaction, not just how fast things are moving.
The white paper really wraps it all up with this powerful thought, which I think perfectly captures the core message. It's a reminder that logistics isn't just about moving boxes around. It's about connecting people with things that genuinely matter to them.
And so that leaves all of us with this final question to think about. The next time we click buy, and we're amazed at how fast our delivery arrives, it's worth taking a second to ask, what is the true cost of our convenience, and who's the one really paying for it?